Hello everyone. So in today's video we will understand what is Gimbal Lock. So last week I was actually interacting with some of the students and I realized that they have studied the Gimbal Lock but physically they don't understand. So I thought to make a proper visualization to make you understand what is Gimbal Lock. First of all, understand that Gimbal Lock is a mathematical failure and it is not a physical phenomenon. Means physically axes are not getting locked, but mathematically we are not able to find the solution. And why it happens, I will just show you now. So there are three axes here, A, B and C. So we will be using only A and B. So A is my fixed axis. Now I will rotate B about A. Okay, so this is my B axis. This will be rotated about X, Y and Z. You can clearly see, right? So I will be using a ZY-X-Ailer angle. So gimbal lock phenomena occurs in ZY-X-Ailer angle, so beta is plus minus 90 and beta is angle about y-axis. So see what happens. If you see here, I will just make my y as 90. See, and you can see what happens when I try to make beta as 90. So you can see here I'm making the beta as 90. So you can see as soon as I make the beta 90, the x of my axis is aligning with the z of the main axis and z is aligning with the x of the main axis. Now what happens is it actually loses a degree of freedom. What do you mean by that? That when I try to rotate it about z, you can see we get this kind of motion, right? And when I try to rotate it about x, again we get this kind of motion. So now it's very difficult for it to differentiate that about which axis we are actually rotating, and this is the gimbal lock. Therefore you have seen that in gimbal lock the formula is x plus z is something, right? That's because we can't say that about which axis we are rotating, so we have to assume it. So it basically loses a degree of freedom. Now you might ask that it also can happen when you are rotating about x or z, when we are using zy x Heller angles. So it's not the case. So see, if I am rotate about z90, right? So this is z90. Now I rotate about y. This is the rotation about y, right? And now this is the rotation about x. See, we can differentiate between the rotation of x and y. That means if there is no log, we can easily differentiate between these two rotations. Right? Therefore, it is not pointing to a gimbal log. So gimbal logs in zy axis angle is only happening when beta is plus minus 90. I hope you understood and visualized properly what is a gimbal log. See you in the next video. Follow for more such videos.